Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that, a surprisingly green day in the stock market today with Meta leading the pack up 6.3%, AMD having a stellar day as well. But the real story of the day is the banking stocks bouncing back. Things like First Republic Bank FRC was up as high as 60% on the day, and going ahead and falling around 20% intraday. And I'm recording this video with around 5 to 10 minutes left on the day. Now make sure you stay throughout this entire video to the very end, because I'm going to talk about a banking stock that sold off very hard and has a strong possibility of bouncing back compared to some of the other ones. We also saw some volatility in meme stocks, with AMC down 15% on the day. We also saw ChatGPT launch a new mode called ChatGPT-4, okay? And this is the buzz that's taking over AI stocks right now, so we'll talk about that. And we even seen Mark Zuckerberg Meta lay off 10,000 people while hyping up the metaverse should investors be worried. So make sure you smash a thumbs up on this video. It's going to be a quick one today, so let's go over these important updates. Share this video with a friend. YouTube is the only place to get the full-length videos. Diving right into our first story with Meta. Meta, in a filing with the SEC, said Meta's going to be laying off to save company upward of $5 billion on their net income on their bottom line, so it could be positive for their EPS in 2023. The filing also said its forward-looking statements are subject to change, including those related to the metaverse, which is an interesting thing to see if Meta or Facebook stock tries to pull away from the metaverse. Okay, which I don't think is going to be happening, but that's an interesting second bullet point there, saying that related to the metaverse that it is subject to change, but they're probably just trying to protect themselves in the end. This comes after Meta already has laid off 13% of its workforce in November. Mark Zuckerberg dubbed 2023 as the year of efficiency and is determined to make the metaverse a success. Last year, Reality Labs, the segment responsible for developing the metaverse in Meta, generated almost $2.2 billion in revenue. Wow. But if you look at what their net income was, and their operating loss was $13.7 billion. And that's probably just a lot of research and development right now going into the metaverse. So that's probably typical, but operating loss of 13 billion over 10 years, that could be 130 billion if they keep that up. Now, they probably won't be losing that much for 10 years, but even if you track that out over the next 5 years, that could still be a large number. Despite these substantial losses, Mark Zuckerberg stays committed to the project, with a former Meta director saying that metaverse is the only thing that Mark wants to talk about. He is pouring a lot of money into the metaverse right now, but people are loving what he's doing right now. We see the stock up 7% on the day. It's one of the biggest leaders of the day, and in the last 3 months alone, it's outpacing the stock market tremendously. The S&P 500 tremendously, up 62% in the past 3 months. These are huge moves, from $114 per share to currently sitting at $193 per share. Looks like a support is closer to 170. So I personally wouldn't be buying until we see them closer to, well, I have a price target at 99, but that's a little bit old. So let's set that to $155 per share on that price target. That's where I really want to be. Dollar cost averaging again for Meta. I think there is a possibility that we can see Meta drop lower to $150 per share once again. The PE ratio, and if you're a long-term subscriber of the channel, you know Meta was one of my favorite stocks to be buying during the dip, around $100 per share. We loaded the boat at those prices for a nice swing trade. The PE ratio was around 11 on Meta at that time. The market cap was closer to 300 million, so we knew it was an absolute steal in the stock market. So set your price alerts, because if Meta drops again, it could be a buying opportunity. Now, we did talk about how First Republic Bank was up 26%, but it absolutely fell off a cliff from $216 per share to $39 per share. So can a bounce back happen? There's still a $7 billion market cap. Yes, First Republic Bank could be bouncing back, and that could be a good one to swing trade or maybe possibly even call options on, but swing trade's probably a better thing to do. However, I think Charles Schwab is the superior option here. Recovering around 9% on the day. However, they're still down 24% in the past week just off of these FUD things going around with the whole banking run going on. Down 30% in the past month. Okay, so there's still some recovering for Charles Schwab to be doing. If I'm buying call options, I do want to wait for closer to the support right here, $47 per share, $49 per share could get a lot more attractive for a call option, and then seeing a bounce back above 55 and to $60 per share could be good for a call option. However, swing trade could also be good for Charles Schwab because I think that they will definitely at least be bouncing back 20% from current prices in the next few months. ChatGPT's parent company OpenAI is not on the stock market just yet, so we'll just talk about it briefly because you can't trade it yet, even though Microsoft has bought out 40% of the company already. So you can trade Microsoft if you are bullish on ChatGPT. However, they just came out with a ChatGPT 4 has arrived, and it will blow ChatGPT out of the water. And not much, you don't have to know too much about this, but just understand that it could, write sentences better. It could comprehend stuff better. It's not as clunky and bulky. So these new updates are going to be coming all the time, and stocks like Nvidia and AMD could tremendously benefit on the AI boom over the next few years. If we keep seeing expansion in this type of software and technology very rapidly, there are some stocks that are going to be winners on the other side. And I want to share a quick story with you guys that was really funny. Here we see one of my students was asking ChatGPT a bunch of different things about the stock market and banking stocks because of the whole Silvergate Capital thing going on. And then he asked it, can you add 3 banks that fit this criteria but also dabble in cryptocurrency? The first one was Silvergate Capital. The next one was Signature Bank SBNY, which obviously both of those absolutely collapsed. And then the third one it gave was MCB, which didn't have a collapse yet. And remember, it's pulling this data off of 2020 or earlier. So any of the recent news that's going on with this bank run, ChatGPT has no idea. So one of my students, obviously 1 was Silvergate, 2 was Signature Bank. The third one, they went ahead and took out puts on this one here that ChatGPT suggested, MCB, and posted take out puts on MCB instantly. And it's hilarious because if you actually look at this, you can see one of the students made $7,000 on an MCB put, and if you scroll down, just sold for $11,000 total. What a blessing. And then even more students coming in with huge banking days that day on MCB, another put, 394% gain, $1,400 gain, and a put on CFG was a 544% gain. So if you guys want to join this group, just message me on Instagram. Enrollments are now open, but they won't be open too much longer because of the demand. Everyone's all wanting to join at once. So if you want to make 2023 your year of stock market success, go ahead and read some of the positive testimonials on Instagram. You'll see success number 8, success number 7. Those are some of the most recent ones. And there's a lot of easy money that has been made in the last few weeks. So DM me to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys for all the love and support you've been showing on Instagram and YouTube. Share this video with a friend if you enjoyed it and you think they will as well. As long as you keep liking these videos, I'll keep making them for you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.